The finale of the Ahsoka show is almost here. And just like we've been doing for a lot of the other episodes, I want to go over all the leaks and rumors when it comes to this, the 8th and final episode of this dope Star Wars show, Ahsoka. Even though episode 7 wasn't my favorite and really doesn't do a great job of setting up what to expect in the finale, I've actually heard the finale is going to be fire. Obligatory spoiler warning for those of you that click on leak videos and then get mad about spoilers. And first up, I should say there's actually not a ton of stuff that we know about the episode, but just like before, there's definitely stuff out there. And I think once we go over it all, you'll be able to kind of form a better picture of what to expect in this finale. So the first thing I want to talk about is Anakin Skywalker as a Force ghost showing up. And this has long been rumored. I believe this broke from the Economics Legal Reddit user, and then I think Bespin Bulletin did back this up as well. And so apparently even more Anakin as a Force ghost in the finale. And the thing is, I thought, and I think many others thought, that this would just be some kind of small, subtle thing done at the end of the episode where Anakin smiles and winks at his old apprentice, kind of letting her realize that, yes, she has come full circle, she's learned the lesson, and she's done a good job. And that is still what I think is going to happen, but there are others out there kind of hinting that there may be more to it than that, and that Anakin might actually even have dialogue in this finale. And I suppose this could be happening as we get towards this big fight, because there is supposed to be a lot of conflict in this finale. Maybe Anakin gives Ahsoka a pep talk before the fight. I guess that's possible. Maybe he'll show up in the middle of the fight to do a boo kind of scare for the Night Sisters and help Ahsoka out. Who knows? And I don't really know what to expect here with Anakin Skywalker, but every time Anakin has popped up in the show so far, it's been very well done, and to me has spoken to a deeper meaning. These are not just cameos. Anakin is there for a reason. He's teaching a lesson, and when we see the hologram, it's sort of to denote that Ahsoka has fully learned that lesson, and she's embracing the master that was Anakin Skywalker, no longer ashamed to let everybody know that, yes, Anakin was her master. Now, the next thing we got to talk about is the action, because again, after I watched episode 7, I'm like, man, I hope there's actual conflict in this finale. I think Thrawn might just peace out while they're hugging in that field. But apparently no. Apparently there is going to be some dope action, and even Ahsoka herself is supposed to come face to face with Thrawn and have a big crazy fight with Morgan. And apparently Star Wars Meg is saying that the Night Sisters, the Great Mothers, are going to summon some crazy magical swords from Morgan Elsbeth, and she's going to have some crazy fight with Ahsoka. That seems really cool. Now, I want to talk more about this conflict at the end of the finale here with the Night Sisters and with Ahsoka, because there's rumors that there might even be some Night Sisters brought back to life, or perhaps some of the soldiers might die and get brought back to life. I've been told that a lot of the stuff about these night troopers being zombies is going to actually be paid off in this final episode, and it might even be the case that maybe the heroes defeat a bunch of these troopers, and then the Night Sisters or the Great Mothers just bring them all back to life, and then they fight them again. That would be freaking awesome. It's a common trope with necromancers in fantasy where you kill everybody and then they just get brought back to life. Jason Ward said something about how the strands of fate will be activated in this final episode, and the heroes might even think they've won until this happens in the finale, and then things are going to look very bad for Ahsoka and all of her friends. So we're not 100% sure what that will look like, but maybe a lot of magic, maybe a lot of shenanigans happening in the finale here, and maybe us understanding just how powerful Thrawn's new allies are. And just to clarify a couple other things that are rumored, guys, it's long been rumored that Thrawn's going to win, that he's actually going to succeed, and he's going to be leaving, going into the known galaxy. There's probably even a big scene where he gives some kind of crazy speech at the end of the show after defeating everybody and coming back into our galaxy to be the heir to the Empire. And a more recent rumor that came from Making Star Wars suggested that maybe not all of the heroes are going to come back into our galaxy as well. Like, Ahsoka's very likely to be stuck on Peridian. It's even possible that in Mando season 4 or in Ahsoka season 2, they are going back to Peridia to rescue her, to maybe try to then stop Thrawn that way. I'm not entirely sure. But I should be clear, we don't even know for sure if any of them are going to be stuck there. You know, I think Jason's pretty good. He definitely didn't hit 100% with the leaks for Ahsoka, but I think he's pretty good. So I think it's probably true. But we definitely don't know which of the heroes is going to remain. It could be Sabine. It could be Ezra. And Ezra's like, oh, I'm still stuck here. This absolutely sucks. Or yeah, more than likely it's Ahsoka. I think it just makes sense that Ahsoka would be stuck on Peridia. And I do wonder if that will connect at all to Baylan. Because the next thing I want to talk about is Baylan. And like at this point, man, it just better not be Palpatine that's calling to him. The most interesting part of the show is Baylan and what's calling to him, what his mission is. The fact that old Jedi story tales have motivated this guy to come into the complete unknown, chase something he didn't even know was real, and he's affirmed in that on Peridia, and now he's willing to walk away from Shin, walk away from his duty, and seek this thing that is calling to him. What is that? Now, apparently Making Star Wars has said that this will get resolved in Episode 8, and a source told Making Star Wars that there's a lot of Baylan in Episode 8, but that's old information, and of course, Ray Stevenson tragically passed, so maybe they cut out a lot of the Baylan stuff. Maybe it's just not in the show anymore, because they have to think about how they want to proceed now that Ray is no longer around. I think that would suck, but it also makes sense, so I hope we get some resolution to what is calling to Baylan in Episode 8. I hope it's not something super lame. I personally do think it's Abeloth, and until I see right in front of my face that it's not, I'm going to continue to believe that. And I would love a ton of Baylan, man. To be honest with you, I would love it if the whole episode was about Baylan and we just saw the freaking Star Destroyer go back to the known galaxy. I'd be good with that. But the Reddit user, Economic Legal, is suggesting that that's going to be happening in Season 2. It's sort of been implied in some of their comments that they don't know if this thing will be resolved in Season 1. And it's very likely to be something that this person doesn't know about at all, or that it's something being saved for Season 2 of Ahsoka. Another thing I want to talk about is Ezra Bridger getting a lightsaber. This is a relatively new rumor. I heard this on Star Wars Makes channel. She's saying that she's heard that there will be a new lightsaber that looks a lot like Kanan's lightsaber that will be gifted to Ezra at the end of the show. Now, this could be Hugh Wang. Maybe he'll gift that lightsaber to Ezra. Ezra, for all intents and purposes, now a Jedi coming back to the known galaxy. He'll have to maybe be more of an actual Jedi and have that lightsaber. Or maybe it's Kanan's lightsaber itself, as we do believe that Thrawn had Kanan Jarrus' lightsaber on the Chimera. So depending on what happens in the finale, maybe the actual lightsaber of Kanan Jarrus is given to Ezra. And to me, this is a really nice place to be at as Star Wars fans. We expect a lot of action. We expect a lot of conflict. We expect some Baylan stuff. We expect Thrawn to probably win and one of the heroes to be left behind. And we expect more Force Ghost Anakin Skywalker. I mean, it literally doesn't get any better than that. All these things sound dope as hell. And we also don't know enough to see how it's all going to fit together. I have no idea what to expect from this episode other than these things vaguely happening in some sort of a way. And that's dope. So that's everything we know, guys, and I also expect the episode to be really, really good. It's a longer episode, 46 minutes, 49 minutes with the credits. Rick Fumuwatu is doing this episode. Rick is a fantastic director, has done some of the best episodes of The Mandalorian, and I just have to believe that Dave Filoni would not have his first season of his first actual show that he's doing in live action end with a weak episode. I think we're going to get fire tomorrow night at 9. I'm going to be doing a watch party for that, and we'll talk about it all together, react to it live. Oh, and I also want to mention, if you've been loving the videos and the coverage we've been doing of Ahsoka, Loki Season 2 literally premieres this Thursday night. I'm going to be doing watch parties for that. I'm going to be doing videos about that. I'm super excited for Loki, so come on by for those videos as well. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.